Hey guys, I'm Aaron, and today we're going to talk about layering watermarks. So I said a thing just now and then I jumped away. What is layering watermarks? Generally speaking, watermarks are text or an image that you layer on top of your work. It might be text that says like internal use only, or not to be shared, or it might just be general data information or some data that you need to have on your work that goes out. In SketchUp, watermarks are like slides. They can lay in front of or behind your current work. So it can be like a great way to get a background in, but it's also a good way to get imagery or something like that in front of the screen as well. And we're going to take a look at how to do that right now. So I'm going to work with this little cabin here. It's not a cabin. It's a bit. Look at this. It's got to be like 12 feet tall. It's not a cabin anymore. It's become a big house. But it's a nice structure. It's fairly simple. I got it on some snow here. As I'm recording this, it's just beginning of December, and I want to make this look like a snowy mountain cabin. So I could do this, of course, with SketchUp. I could model, I could geolocate this, and then throw, a bunch of mountains in the background and throw some pine trees up in here, and I could model some snowflakes and put them between the camera, and I could do all that stuff, but it would take time, it would take energy, and it would make my model heavy. With my watermarks, I can actually get the same effect and do it much quicker, easier, and keep my model nice and light and snappy. So yeah, I have this scene right here. So it's just a simple, I got a little model with some shadows turned on, and then this is what I got. This is what we're gonna work with. So I'm gonna come in here to Styles. In Styles, I'm gonna click on Edit, and I'm gonna come over to the fourth tab, which is the Watermark tab, and that's gonna give me a list of my watermarks. Now, I don't have anything watermarks in here right now, so we're just gonna go ahead and put some in. I'm gonna start with just a background. So I'm gonna hit plus. I'm going to go, I got these on my desktop. I have this snowy background JPEG. I'm gonna go ahead and open that. And it's gonna come up on the screen, and it's gonna ask me to name it. Because I'm gonna have a series of watermarks, I am gonna name this. So I'm gonna call this my background. And I'm gonna say this is not an overlay. An overlay means in front of the model. So you actually see this in the styles panel right here. I have model right now. It's an overlay, so that's in front of. If I say background, now it immediately drops below because it's behind my model. So I'm gonna keep it as a background. I'm hit next. I have the ability to say how transparent do I want this to be. Well, I have no reason to maintain transparency to the background SketchUp, so I'm just gonna go say give me all image, make it solid. Beautiful. Next, what do we want to do? Do we want to stretch it out? Do we want to tile it? Do we want to position it? 9 times out of 10, I position it. Position gives me the most control where I want it to go. It also lets me scale the whole thing. So if I scoot this down here, we can actually see I can scale how big this watermark's going to be. And I'm going to go big. I'm going to drag it all the way up, as big as it can get. And then I'm going to choose where I want to position it. If I position it up higher, it's going to snap the top. It's giving me a whole lot of stars. If I snap it to the bottom, then it moves my mountains up. And stars are nice, but I'm trying to get an effect here of this background, so I'm gonna snap it to the bottom. That's gonna give me more mountain in the screen, and then that's good. I'm gonna hit finish. Minimize this so we can kind of see what. There we go. So now I can move my my house around a little bit so it lays in there in the way that I want. What do I want to see as far as how close is it, that kind of thing. But yeah, that looks good. I got the background back there. Looks nice. All right. Now let's get some stuff on top. So let's put some things over top. This is nice and clear, but I want to make a snowy night. So I could keep it like this and just throw some snowflakes in front, but let's get some haze in here. So haze could be done with fog. The problem with fog is fog will really mess with watermarks. So as soon as I throw fog on, I'll get this uniform kind of blanking out of my background. So I don't want to use fog to create haze. Instead, I'm going to use another watermark. Come back into styles, I'm gonna hit plus again. And I have a couple of these hazy, transparent files, PNGs that I have loaded in here. I'm gonna grab this one that's called haze top. I'm gonna bring that in and see what it does. It kind of just gives me that haze over the top. So I'm gonna call this, I'm gonna call it haze top. You can't stop me, I'm doing it. Haze top. I do want it to be an overlay. I'm gonna say next. That's pretty, so at 100%, that's pretty snowy. That's, you know, that's almost fog. That almost, I can't see the background. So I might actually dial that back a little bit, maybe 2/3 the way like that. That looks good. Say next. And I'm gonna position it at the top of the window and make it 100% stretch all the way across my screen. That's exactly what I want. Just a little bit of haze there. That looks good. I like it. And then I might come in here, and I have it as a separate piece, but I have a haze on the bottom too that I could bring in. I'll call it the same thing. I'll call it haze bottom. And it's going to be an overlay. I'll go about the same, you know, like 2/3 of the way. Actually, no, you know what? It's at the bottom. It's over snow. I'm going to crank it all the way up, and I'm going to position it at the bottom. And we're stretched all the way across. All right. So it's subtle, but I can see how it's my lines right here kind of fading off to white a little more. Just gives me a little bit more of that haze effect. If I move my model around too, so if I was to drop my, you know, come in closer like this, I get some of it coming up under the bottom like that. That looks good. I like it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go to view real quick and turn my axes off. I don't like that blue line sticking right there. Oh, okay, yeah. See, it's coming together. I like how this is working out. So I have this picture in the background, some haze in the front, and let's just keep going. I have this falling snow PNG. So it is something to note. I have these saved as PNGs because PNGs will maintain the transparency. So like with that fog, I didn't just get a white block all over everything. I got that gradient. So same thing is going to work with falling snow. When I open that, I'm going to see these snowflakes coming down, but you see it maintains the transparency there. So we're going to call this one snow. Again, an overlay, and because it's just white, I don't want like transparent flakes like that. You could do that, but I'm gonna go 100%. Yes, and let's just go ahead and tile that. No, that doesn't look good. It's not a seamless texture. You can see that there's a break right there. That's ridiculous. Why stray from what I know works? Let's put a position, put it in the middle, make it as big as I can get. Oh yeah, just like that. So I can hear some people asking, why didn't I just have my haze, and snow? Why wasn't that just all one? Absolutely, you could do that. But one of the things, by having them separate, I could come in here and I could come into my haze top and I could say, let's dial that back even a little more. Let's make it a little bit clearer night. And I can control that separately. My snowflakes don't fade out when I do that because I have it as separate pieces. Likewise, if I wanted to, swap it out, maybe I want to have a different background that I want to put in here, I could do that quickly and easily by having that in there as separate. So having these separate pieces just gives me more control on how I want that to be displayed. Yeah, and you see that. Let's close some stuff up so we can just kind of silently celebrate this majesty of, I don't know, I don't have more words to say there, but it looks nice. It looks good. So obviously there's more work I could do. I could I have some hard lines showing up here I could soften, but you can see quickly and easily, I talked a lot so it wasn't as quick as it could have been, but you have a lot of control over how that's displayed, and you can turn those on and get a picture like that. No rendering, no nothing, and this is still a working model, so I come in here and I could do whatever work I want while this is all here. Or if I wanted to, I could at any point come into styles and just temporarily hide them. That'll get me back to just my working model, and then I can turn back on whenever I want to visualize that with the watermarks. So I hope you got something out of that. It is a fun and it is a quick and an easy way to go in and create that. You can, and these assets could be created by you. You could go into Photoshop or something like that and make some snowflake shapes and scatter them around, I mean, nowadays it's pretty easy to find and download a lot of these files. So everything I got here, I Googled for, and if you have a subscription service to any stock image or anything like that, there's great stuff out there that you don't even have to work on. So, but it's your call. If you're a designer and you like that kind of stuff, go for it. Make some images and bring them into SketchUp. But it does let you real quick and easily get that depth. Look at that. It's like, this could be a Christmas card photo right here. Hope you like that. If you did like that, click like down below. And if you don't already, please do subscribe. We create several videos and do a live model every week around here. You'll be notified of all of that if you subscribe. Most importantly, though, leave us a comment down below. Have you done this with watermarks? Do you have a better way, a quicker way to get this kind of look? Let us know in the comments. We like making these videos a lot. We like them even more when they're showing something you want to see. Thank you.